Hey, I don't know if you know, but Big Pharma are the biggest criminals in the world, right next to the people at Raytheon in the military-industrial complex, and probably shoulder to shoulder with the guys at Wall Street.
And all just behind Nestle.
So, and you know, they didn't want to release their data, their vaccine trial data for 75 years. I wonder why. And if you asked a question about it, you're a white supremacist. Well, guess what? Pfizer isn't sharing their COVID vaccines with researchers for the next generation study. They're not doing it. So there's a lot of researchers out. Well, I'll show you. Because Pfizer and Moderna hold the patents for the current vaccines, researchers would likely have to get the company's permission to use them for research into products like nasal or pan-coronis vaccines. So they can't just start using their vaccines, I guess, without permission. I didn't know that. But I thought the free market encourages innovation.
Yeah, where's all the...
Right? Won't this get in the way of innovation? What's going to happen to innovation? Will they be innovating?
That's why you can't lower the prices of this stuff, because
innovation.
They spend it all on all this innovation, like not sharing technology for innovation.
Wow, look at that. Just look at all the innovation having a private system under complete regulatory capture gives us. Look at that. That's a lot of innovation.
And if we didn't let them do that, they wouldn't even bother to come up with new ideas.
They wouldn't even bother.
They'd stop trying to cure things. It wouldn't be worth it.
So they can't let you have their vaccines because it would hurt their innovation. They haven't said that, but that's what they always say. Right now, Pfizer isn't, meaning is not, sharing its vaccines for research purposes. A spokesman confirmed that Moderna didn't comment. Pfizer's stance is legal and in line with the company's commercial interests. So that's what thank God we're prioritizing a drug company's commercial interest during the pandemic. Can you imagine how catastrophic prioritizing human life would be?
Yeah, that's why Zelensky didn't do it in Ukraine. He saved it.
Yale University virologist and immunologist Akiko Iwasaki has designed a study of nasal vaccines against COVID-19, which she argues could provide better protection against infection and transmission than shots alone.
I remember hearing about this too, and it was like a promising thing of going nasally and then nothing ever again.
Well, it sounds like this is a very innovative product, Kurt, so we got to bury it.
Yeah, next to the electric car from the 70s.
Otherwise, Pfizer's commercial interests could be hurt.
Yeah, I don't want that much innovation at the cost.
No, I don't want it to affect their bottom line. The ideal study would be conducted on subjects that have already had a primary vaccine series to stimulate real-world scenarios. She inquired with Pfizer about obtaining some vaccines to use in her study of nasal vaccines, but she hasn't received any from them. Huh. That's all I can say.
So she's not even trying to replace their thing.
She's not trying to replace.
It's a thing that you would do in addition.
In addition.
Okay.
In order for us to develop a better vaccine, we need a comparator. For that reason, everyone who's doing research in this area is in the same boat. We don't have access to do a comparison, Iwasaki said. Well, if it makes you feel any better, it's probably a good thing. Based on that other data that they don't want to share, just start from scratch is what I would do.
Hey, if you do better than a 1-to-1 ratio of getting vaccinated and then getting it, if you do better than that, you've got your...
California Institute of Technology professor Pamela Bjorkman. She said her lab has had similar troubles obtaining existing COVID-19 vaccines that would otherwise be discarded in order to research a vaccine candidate that could provide protection against a variety of COVID-19 variants.
Well, so is it like those bakeries where they fire somebody for giving the stuff they're throwing out to homeless people?
Is that what that is? because they're going to throw it
Just
out
go
anyway.
to the dumpster and get the vaccines. And guys,
Yes. When asked whether Pfizer has provided any vaccines for research purposes, the spokesperson, Sharon Castillo, said, "We are not accepting or reviewing applications for possible clinical research that studies the COVID-19 vaccine." They are not.
okay.
What? Another Pfizer spokesperson also said the company has its own extensive studies that you don't get to see.
And by extensive, we mean 8 mice.
8 mice. They have their own extensive studies of the vaccine underway and will continue to share Hey, we'll do the studies, asshole.
What do you mean we'll continue? You mean we'll start? We'll continue.
We'll continue to share information from those studies. You're not sharing the information. Remember, you didn't want the vaccine trial data, you wanted to keep it for 75 years quiet? Remember that? I do. And still not a significant critique from anybody who's criticized me for our coverage of COVID. Not one fucking critique of Big Pharma's bullshit. And they've been slinging bullshit since the beginning of this COVID thing. And not one critique from any other YouTuber of substance besides the Gray Zone.
Wait, did you see they put what they put NIH put on the list of COVID treatments? You'll never guess.
No. They didn't. They said they're studying it. They said they're studying an ivermectin.
Oh.
That's what that was. They said they're studying it.
Oh, okay. I thought they
Believe me,
studied
they're
it.
not ever going to say it works. They're never going to say ivermectin works for COVID.
Yeah.
They'll never.
Well, they
I mean, the
not.
establishment won't say that because how could they say that now?
Would mean I'm a horse.
It would mean we're all horses. Hey, come catch one of our live stand-up shows. We'll be in Spokane, Tacoma, Virginia Beach, Richmond, Arlington, San Jose, Miami, West Palm Beach. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for all the tickets and become a premium member while you're there.